There are some circumstances where you want to prevent network communications when a device does not have Wi-Fi connectivity. In an application that's doing constant downloads, you might want to let the user limit this capability so they can preserve their cell data plan. In such apps, you might provide a preference activity to let the user turn this sort of capability on and off. But my goal here is to show you the code you need to detect whether you're connected to a Wi-Fi network. I'm working in the project Wi-Fi only, and in this project I've gone back to using my HTTP URL connection code. I'm not using any of the open source libraries that I demonstrated previously. And I'm going to add just a little bit of code here in the main activity class in the isOnline method. I'll make some space here in the conditional code where I'm checking for a network connection. And I'll go a little bit further. I'm going to find out what kind of network connection I have. I'll create another if statement, and I'll set the condition as follows. I'll start with my netInfo object, and I'll call a method called getType. The getType method returns an integer value, and you can compare it to one of the constants of the connectivity manager class. So I'll use not equal to connectivity manager dot type underscore Wi-Fi. Notice all of the types that are available. There's Ethernet and Bluetooth and mobile. But Wi-Fi supersedes them all. If Wi-Fi is available, and if that's how the device is communicating right now, then netinfo.getType will return that constant value. So if you don't get that back, that means you don't have Wi-Fi. And I'm going to react by using a toast message, and I'll call toast.makeText. I'll pass in this as the context, and a literal message of this app doesn't work without Wi-Fi. I'll set the duration, and I'll show the message. And then I'll return false from this isOnline method. But if I get past that conditional block, then I'll return true. So now let's test it. I've set up two testing environments. Here's the emulator that I've been using so far throughout the course. But here's a physical device, a Nexus 4, that I've connected to my development computer and am projecting to the screen using VNC. And I'll run the app in each environment. Notice the emulator indicator says it's running on 3G. And that's always going to be true of the emulator if it has any network connectivity at all. The Android emulator is not capable of emulating Wi-Fi connectivity. If you want to test this, you need to use a physical device. And so on my physical device, I see that I have a Wi-Fi indicator. So now let's test the code. I'll run the app, and first I'll choose the emulator. When the app appears in the emulator, I'll click the Get Data action bar item, and I get the error. This app doesn't work without Wi-Fi. And I also get the message network isn't available because that's being thrown after isOnline returns false. But now let's run exactly the same code on the physical device that's connected to the network with Wi-Fi. I'll touch the action bar item, and my data is retrieved from the web successfully. So again, you'll need a physical device to test this capability because the emulator won't do it for you. But this little bit of code can be used to detect whether you're connected over a Wi-Fi network.